question the pressure on both of these teams, especially as Eric was saying just beforehand. They know each other well, but we have ClanVNN attacking with these super witches, Woody, something we haven't seen a lot, but in this qualifier, we've seen a couple of 3-stars with them.
Oh yeah, and I think that ClanVNN has done a great job on base identification for this attack. There are a lot of openings in the outer layers of the walls. That's done by Death to try to funnel enemy troops into specific compartments, setting off traps and triggering a destructive wave of shots from all the turrets onto those key choke points. Instead, though, ClanVNN is going to be using the Super Witches to summon big boys throughout the entire raid. Those massive skeleton attackers are going to provide some cushioning for the Super Witches behind him. Really beefy troops in their own right and can dish out a ton of damage as well. This is going to be a slow start for him, though. This right side corner taking a long time to go down with the Warden Walk. Already a minute in, and we're still waiting to see where the main force of this army is getting deployed.
Yes, it is a slow start, Woody, especially with the Super Witches. They are known to be a slow troop because there's not a lot of them. There is the one Super Witch, which is 30 housing space, and the big boy, which means they are not going to have masses across the attack. Apologies, I think it's 40 housing space, in fact, so you can see how there is not many of them on the board, which means time is ticking, and this one will be a close one right down to the wire.
He's brought 2 jump spells, so he might be able to negate those walls on defense, but this is a really spread out base far and wide across the entirety of this map. It's going to be a tough call for ClanVNN to be able to pull off a win here without getting a time fail. These Super Witches almost always encounter a time fail rather than having difficulty actually tearing down the buildings all across the map. So keep pace here with as many spells as you can to keep them on target, raging up the center bulk of these troops, but really struggling to make it past this first wave. He finally gets a 2nd star, but less than a minute for cleanup.
The Royal Champion towards the right-hand side of the base could be his only lifeline. He has to hope that the Royal Champion can move through the defenses quickly and the ability goes off. This can ping through a lot of defenses and taking them down. And you can see how close it is, Woody. 40 seconds with only 30% of the base. I think he could still get this one, but with the Tesla farm over to 9 o'clock, it could be difficult. Now there is the Royal Champion continuing to move through the base. The big boys are tanking for her to take down the defenses. 20 seconds. He could be in with a shot here, Woody. Do not write this attack off yet.
Here they go for the final showdown against the Tesla farm, holding on for dear life. The electricity zapping down balloons left and right, but stuck on the walls. The big boy and Archer Queen cannot join the fray. This is going to be a defensive win for Death of the Indian Clashers. His last line of defense barely holding on against a Super Witch squad that seemed... Yeah, is moving in for the next hit now for Dark Tangent. He's got a Yeti Smash army with 3 witches to go the distance, a jump spell added on top for a base that's really spread out, lots of walls separating the innards here, but once you kind of crack through that one layer, if he drops that jump spell maybe near where that Barbarian King plinth is, he should have access to a lot of this base. He's going for that Grand Warden Walk early on here as well, so that's going to be an easy chunk out of the left side. Great funneling done by Sabhagya on the first stage of this attack, Judo.
An interesting base for sure, with the scatter shot central in the base to mean it is difficult to get to. No lightning value around there, but he managed to take down the single target Inferno, a couple of other defenses, and that also means for his Grand Warden Walk, he is safe. He can take his time, set up the funnel, and now we see the supporting Yetis come through to draw the Grand Warden up to the top of the base. And look at the sneaky goblins, Woody. They are so quick to set up the funnel, taking out the resource buildings and driving the Yetis in towards the town hall with the wall wrecker there to support.
No poison spell with this attack, and it looks like Sabhagya is going to do it the old-fashioned way, tearing through these CC troops with a massive army, but the Archer Queen forced to pop that ability early is going to be a big letdown. He was hoping that the rest of the troops would be out in front to block for her. Now she's really low, and with an Eagle Artillery firing away at the entire clump, that's going to require an Eternal Tome to protect as they path their way over that Giga Bomb. Town Hall goes down for the first star, and Sabhagya's about to grab the second, but this is still a lot of damage raining down on the Rage Judo.
This sure is, Woody, but the healers are stuck on the Queen because she took so much damage. That has left the Yetis and bowlers vulnerable, and there they go. They are down in a Yeti smash attack. You need your healers on the Yetis. They stuck with the Queen at the back, and unfortunately, that left his attack vulnerable, but he's managed to get the center of the base, and with the Royal Champion's ability, he could still sneak this one.
A freeze to end all freezes. The blizzard of the year by Subhagya shut down the Eagle Artillery and the 1-point defense firing away at the Archer Queen long enough for her to get her job done. This is still a big army along the bottom side of the base cruising through what looks like defenses that have cracked and fallen. Subhagya has done it. This is looking like our first triple, Judo.
3 stars all day long, Woody. The King has his ability. 30 seconds on the clock. No time fail for this attack. Dark Tangent take the lead, and it will be Indian Clashers that now have to...
For the Indian Clashers to put an exclamation point on a fantastic semifinal match. This brother versus brother showdown is finishing off finally with the Dark Tangent squad moving on.
Well, I was able, Woody, to interview both of these teams on the COC Esports Twitter page, and they were asked what would happen if you faced each other, and they all said it would be a fun match. And let's remember, Clash of Clans is there to be enjoyed as well, so I really hope that both teams have had a fantastic day. Now, unfortunately, confirmation is in. Indian Clashers, as you mentioned, cannot catch up. It will be Dark Tangent moving forward, but let's see if Serial Killer can indeed get that 3-star.
It's all about bragging rights right now, swagging through on a base that has got no hopes for advancement. Serial Killer will still move in with precision to try to execute the plan that he had laid out in case this would have been the clutch moment to get through. He's cracking through multiple compartments with those super wall breakers and showing us a masterclass in Archer Queen charges. She ought to be able to even make it onto that enemy Royal Champion and possibly the scatter shot as well. A balloon right on top is actually taking no fire at all, tearing it down and giving Serial Killer a beautiful entry into this really spread out base.
They can showcase their class, Woody. We know how good the Indian Clashers are. They have put on one fantastic performance throughout this competition, and at least they can cheer on their counterparts, Dark Tangent. We know how good this clan family is, and this attack is testimony to that. Look at this Queen charge. As you mentioned, the inside of the base is gone, and the lava loon is only just beginning from the top area of the base.
Imagine putting your Eagle Artillery in the very center of the base, protecting it with 3 layers of walls, and then still seeing it torn apart by just a Queen charge. She knocked out that bottom corner, and with just a little bit more help from the Royal Champion, finished off the right side to give Serial Killer an easy entry to that last line of defense here. A multi-target Inferno will start to burn up these balloons, but with the Eternal Tome, Serial Killer has done it. This looks far and away a 3-star opportunity for the Indian Clashers. What a showing from the subcontinent in this September qualifier. They have really come over the top and impressed a lot of new fans out there, knocking apart Nova Imperium and Tribe Gaming on their way to that grand finals position. They've got as good a chance as anyone to grab the golden ticket this month.